You know that feeling when you're halfway through an episode, thinking you've seen it all, and then bam, one tiny background detail changes the way you see the whole thing. That's exactly what happened to me, watching The Summer I Turned Pretty, Season 3, Episode 6. There's one Easter egg in this episode that's so sneaky, so perfectly placed, that if you catch it, you realize the love triangle isn't just alive, it's plotting a full-on ambush. And no, it's not the dog thing. Although that's part of it, stick with me, because by the time I get to that detail, you'll never look at Belly, Jeremiah, or Conrad the same way again. So picture it. We're back in Adam's place, Belly and Jeremiah still crashing there like the world's most awkward Airbnb guests. But here's the first tiny thing you might have missed. When Adam walks in and sees them asleep on the mattress together, the way his eyes dart to Jeremiah isn't just disapproval. If you look closely, it's the same half-second glance he gave Conrad in Episode 2 when Conrad messed up at the clinic. A little Easter egg hinting that Adam's patience has a shelf life, no matter which son we're talking about. The set decorators doubled down on that by framing the shot so Adam's shadow literally falls between Belly and Jeremiah, like a quiet foreshadowing of, yeah, I'm gonna wedge myself in here somehow. And speaking of foreshadowing, let's talk about the house hunting sequence. On the surface, it's your standard rom-com montage, cute couple, bad apartments, shared laughs. But there's a sneaky production choice here. Every house they see has something broken in the kitchen. Dripping taps, a cracked backsplash, a broken coffee machine. Sound familiar? Belly already broke Adam's coffee machine at the start of the episode. It's a subtle visual callback, almost as if the show's whispering, this pattern follows her. Maybe this relationship will crack in the same way. Now, when Jeremiah mentions that second credit card tanking his credit score, there's another tiny thing worth noticing. Belly's body language freezes for just a beat too long before she laughs it off. It's the same micro-expression she had back in Season 1 when Conrad skipped the beach bonfire without telling her. Easter egg? Oh, for sure. It's the kind of acting choice that tells you Belly already knows this moment will stick with her, even if she's not admitting it yet. Fast forward to when they lose out on the dream house and go hunting for rentals without credit checks. Did you notice the last houses for rent sign? The phone number on it ends in 33, the exact same number on the lifeguard stand where Belly and Conrad had their first real conversation back in Season 1. Coincidence? Please. This production team is way too deliberate for that. It's a quiet nod to the idea that no matter where Belly goes, the memory of Conrad is going to be sitting there like an uninvited guest. Back in Cousins, Conrad does that awkward "there's chicken in the fridge" thing. But here's the Easter egg. Look at the chicken container. It's the same brand from Episode 4, the one Susanna used to bring home for the boys when they were kids. And because the show loves its parallels, Conrad offering it now is like him unconsciously stepping into a caretaker role for Belly, just like his mom used to. Then there's the wedding planning scene. Belly's overwhelmed, Laurel's missing, and the RSVPs are ridiculous. But in the background, the yacht formal mood board has a picture of a sailboat named Rosie. Yes, Rosie, as in the dog Belly later finds out was actually Conrad's rescue. That's not random, my friends. That's the props department planting the seed way earlier than the reveal. Denise shows up and chats with Steven. And there's a sneaky continuity Easter egg here too. She's wearing the same gold anchor necklace she had on during her very first appearance in Season 2. In that season, it was just a fashion choice. But now, anchor, yacht, wedding theme, she's literally wearing the motif that ties her into this event's chaos. Meanwhile, Jeremiah almost catches Adam with Kaylee. Here's the blink and you'll miss it detail. Kaylee's got a wedding binder on the desk, but there's a sticky note peeking out with Conrad's name scribbled on it. And no, it's not because she's planning anything for him. It's because she's been in the loop on Adam's personal drama from the jump. Now for one of my favorite quiet Easter eggs. When Conrad meets Laurel to convince her to come to the bridal shower, they're sitting at a table with a single lily in a vase. Lilies have shown up in the Summer I Turned Pretty universe before, specifically in scenes tied to Susanna. Here, it's like the lily is standing in for Susanna's unseen influence, pushing Laurel to do the right thing for Belly. Laurel's eventual arrival at the bridal shower is sweet, but watch Taylor closely. The massive bow on her dress? It's the exact same shade of ivory as Belly's debutante gown from Season 1. It's like Taylor's unintentionally wearing a reminder of the summer when everything started. Meanwhile, Jer, Conrad, and Adam go suit shopping. This one's subtle. The Taylor's tape measure dangles in a way that visually divides Jer and Conrad in the shot. Another small visual cue about the wedge between them. At the steakhouse, the menu Conrad picks up has established 1999 on it, the year both Conrad and Jeremiah would have been born. It's an Easter egg hint that no matter how adult this dinner looks, they're still at the core, the boys they've always been. Now, the car ride. Adam's talking about Kaylee, and Jer stops Conrad from saying more. But the Easter egg, the radio in the background, is playing Only You by Yazoo, a song all about longing for someone you can't have. It's barely audible, but it's there. That's some grade A soundtrack foreshadowing. The bridal shower trivia game drops the big dog reveal. Rosie was Conrad's find, not Jeremiah's. But remember that sailboat picture from earlier? Yeah, that was your first breadcrumb. And Belly's reaction isn't just surprise, it's that tiny flicker of realization that she's rewriting her own memories. Taylor and Belly have their heart-to-heart. Stephen debates friendship versus distance. And then comes the big pre-finale quiet moment. Laurel and Belly watching Bye Bye Birdie. Here's the Easter egg. Earlier in the series, Belly mentioned singing One Boy from that very musical for Conrad. The writers didn't have to pick that show for this scene, but they did, knowing exactly what connection it would pull for viewers paying attention. Finally, the surfing accident. Conrad's bleeding, Belly helps him, and they share that charged eye contact. But here's the thing. Look at the towel she grabs. It's the same blue and white striped towel from season 1. The one Conrad wrapped around her shoulders at the beach. That's not just continuity. It's a visual callback, a reminder that their connection has always been there, just under the surface. And that, my friends, is how episode 6 hides its true story in plain sight. It's not just a love triangle anymore. It's a web of callbacks, props, and visual parallels telling you that history is about to repeat itself. The question is, will Belly let it? So now I want to know, did you catch these Easter eggs, or did I just ruin your next rewatch? Drop your own hidden detail discoveries in the comments, because I swear, every time I think I've spotted them all, someone else blows my mind with a new one. And hey, subscribe so you don't miss the next deep dive, because trust me, episode 7 is hiding something even bigger.